Hello everyone, it's Ryan Archer, West Ham Fan TV. It's the morning after the night before. Last night, West Ham beat Spurs 1-0 at home. Great win, massive win. Guarantees us Premiership safety. Puts us on 42 points now. As it stands at the moment, before Saturday's games, we're 9th in the table. So, listen, last night's game, like I said, massive. The atmosphere was unbelievable last night. Fans before, during and after the game, unbelievable. Like I said, the players put in such a performance last night, and to beat a good side like Spurs and put a dent in their title hopes feels good. So look, I'm going to go through the players' ratings quickly today. So let's start off, as always, in goal. Adrian last night, 3 clean sheets in a row since he's come back into the team. Unbelievable last night. Some of the saves he pulled off, especially that double one in the first half from Harry Kane. I mean, like I said, pulled off some great saves last night. His kicking sometimes still a little bit suspect, but look, I ain't bothered about that. I'm bothered about him keeping it out the back of the net, and you can't knock him. Last 3 games, 3 clean sheets now. So look, I'm going to give Adrian I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for last night. Unbelievable. Now let's go into the back 3 first. Start off with Jose Font. Once again, great performance last night. I think that is his best performance in a West Ham shirt. Him and Reed together are starting to get that little partnership as well, and Collins just to back them up as well. And that back 3 is working unbelievable at the moment. So yeah, I mean, Jose Font looked comfortable on the ball as well last night. Wasn't panicking a lot. Got stuck in as well, just like all the back 3 really. But I'm going to give Jose Font, I'm going to give him also an 8 out of 10 for last night. Move on to Winston Reid. Same as Font really. Typical Winston Reid, you know, stuck in, winning his headers, dribbling the ball out as well. Great passing as well, linking up with the midfield. But look, like I said, it's typical Winston Reid. The last few games since he's come back, he's been unbelievable. So yeah, I'm also going to give Winston Reid an 8 out of 10 for last night. Let's move on now. Ginger Pele, James Collins. Same really. I thought Font and Reid had a bit more influence on the game than Ginge, but look, it's like always, you know what you're getting from Ginge. 110%, you know, puts everything on the line, getting stuck in all the time. Like I said, you know, the thing is with James Collins, you like I said, you know what you're getting from him. But I just think Reid and Font were that little bit more better than him last night. Some people might not agree, so I'm going to give Ginge, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Let's move on now. Right wing back, Byram. Big decision from Bilic to bring him back in, especially after the way Fernandes has been playing. I thought he done well. A lot of people last night were sort of slating him, saying he had a bad game. I thought, me personally, I thought he had a decent game, getting up and down the wing. His defence was on point last night, putting a few good balls, overlapping. So I thought he had a decent game. So I'm going to give Sam Byram a 7 out of 10. Let's move on now to left wing back. Creswell coming in for the injured Masuaku. Yeah, I mean, he got caught out a couple of times. Still thought he had a decent game. Getting up and down just like Sam Byram. Defensive was not too bad. He got, like I said, he got caught out a couple of times down the wing, but it's his first game back in a few games, so I'm going to give Creswell a 6 out of 10 for last night. Move on now to midfield. Starting off with Kouyaté. Bloke's a tank. Absolute tank. I mean, his performance last night, he sort of bossed that midfield for me. He's just the way he's been the last few games now. He's so confident now going forward, and he's got the license to go forward now. After, you know, he's been stuck at the back sometimes this season, right back. But you know, you play players in their position, they show what they can do. And yeah, I mean, like I said, bossed the midfield last night, getting stuck in. You know, I'm going to give Czech. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for last night. Move on now to Mark Noble, captain, back in the team, coming in for Nordveit. Bit harsh, I thought, dropping Nordveit, but I can understand Billich's decision to bring Noble into a game like this. Didn't stop running. Didn't stop running all game. You know, it was his best performance from Noble I've seen in a long time. Still, you know, he's passing sometimes and losing the ball, but it's not only about that. You know, he mixed it up in midfield, getting stuck in. I mean, his challenge on Dyer. Yes, he got booked for it, which I thought sort of, once he got that booking early on, I thought like later on in the game when we needed him to put in them challenges, he couldn't do it because he would have got a second yellow and obviously he'd have missed the rest of the season. But look, you know, Noble for me, like I said, Bilic was right decision to bring him back into a game like this. He knows what it means to the fans and he would have got all them players pumped up. So I'm going to give Mark Noble a 7 out of 10 for last night. Let's move on now. Andre Ayew. I thought he had a really, really good game last night. You know, he's been involved in a few of the goals he's over the last few weeks. And, you know, I know he's got this price tag on his head, but we need to forget that. You know, he's working hard. Last night, he didn't stop running his socks off, chasing the ball down. Like I said, I love the way that he links up with the players, especially Chiate, Lanzini. I love the way they all link up. And Ayew, you know, he will, you know, he has scored a couple of goals for us this season. But, you know, when he finds that run of form, I think he is a probably 10 to 15 goal a season striker. So he done it at Swansea. So, you know, if we can get the right players around him up front and get the right strike partner with him, you know, he's a great player. But look, going on last night, I'm going to give Andre Ayew, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for last night. Let's move on now to Lanzini, the match winner. What can I say about this bloke? I mean, he gets better and better every week, and he loves scoring in London derbies. I think that's his 3rd goal against Spurs now. Like I said, he didn't stop running last night, taking people on. His confidence week in, week out, he's getting better and better. And like a match winner, you know, great finish, great to be in. He was in the right position at the right time. Didn't muck about, just smashed it in the net. You know, celebrations proved how much he loves the club. The fans love him. You know, he was my man in the match last night. It was out of him and Chiate and Adrian as well, but Lanzini was my man in the match last night. So I'm going to give Lanzini, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Trust me, it was close to being a 10, but I'm just going to give him a 9 out of 10. Last but not least, Caleri, lone striker up front. He was getting slated last night, especially by people around me. I can understand the frustration sometimes. But listen, I thought he worked really hard last night. He was chasing the ball down. You know, his hold-up play is brilliant. His hold-up play is second to none. But it's his finishing. He needs that confidence in front of goal. And that chance he missed last night to finish the game off, to make it 2-0. But look, like I said, he worked his socks off last night. You can't knock him for that. So I'm going to give Caleri a 7 out of 10 for last night. Substitutions, I mean, Ayew, Caleri and Lanzini went off. Snodgrass, Fletcher and Fernandez come on. Usually I rate the subs, but I'm not going to give them a rating because they didn't come on until late in the game. I mean, Snodgrass come on the 84th minute, Fletcher 89, Fernandez 93. But one thing I would say, I thought Fletcher done really well when he come on. He was only on for a few minutes, but his hold-up play, he had a chance as well. Him and I'm sure Snodgrass done the 1-2 in the box and Fletcher hit it wide. But I thought he played well, and I think he deserves a start. You know, or maybe to come on earlier in a game, bit more game time now that we're safe. We've got Liverpool and Burnley coming up. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to rate them because they wasn't on the pitch, but yeah, who's left? Slaven Bilic. Let's rate him. Massive win for him last night. I think that's sort of secured his job for next season, that win, which I'm glad about. Big call to drop players like Nordveit and Fernandez, who have been unbelievable the last few games. But look, it worked out, and that's what a manager's there for. That's what managers do: big decisions in big games. I thought he got his substitutions sort of spot on. I'm glad he didn't panic, you know, when we went 1-0 up and change it straight away. He left it too late to change. I thought we could have brought Fletcher on a bit sooner. But look, we won the game. So I'm going to give Bilic, I only give him a 7 out of 10 last night. And it was nice to see him with a smile on his face as well. So like I said, that puts us on 42 points now. As it stands, we're 9th in the table. Obviously, results over the weekend will change that. But look, being 9th, if we get 2 more, if we beat Liverpool and Burnley, we can finish as high as 8th this season. That's 1 position lower than what we finished last season. So even though it's been a bad season, it's not that bad really. So look, don't forget, go and watch all the fan cams from last night. Unbelievable, loved it. Love scenes like that. You know, it's what we've missed. It's what we've missed this season. We've had to obviously do fan cams when we lose. We do them win, lose or draw. We don't pick or choose. And, you know, the fans last night jumping around us, it felt like last season when we had the big wins. So it's great to see it. You know, it's been a tough season for us all, but we're going to enjoy this. We're going to enjoy this weekend now. And I'm sure, like me, most of us can't wait to get to work next week to give the banner to the Spurs fans that we all know. So, yeah, look, don't forget, we've done a post-match reaction after the game as well, so go and watch that. So have a watch of that over the weekend. As always, give me your ratings below. Give me your thoughts on the game, anything I've said. Don't forget, keep subscribing to our channel. We're near that 20k mark now, which is massive for us. It was our target at the beginning of the season, so looks like we're going to get there. Yeah, I'll leave that there. I'm Ryan Archer, West Ham Fan TV. They're my ratings. Now give me yours. Come on, you Irons.